Gimble, come feel there. Rock a bandana like Tupac, I been there. Rock a do-rag or wave cab, I lay my shit.
Hey Gooners, Goonerettes, it's Manchester City and Arsenal clash, title rival matchup for the best two teams in the league last season. Now Arsenal suffered their first shock defeat in the Champions League midweek after Lens beat them 2-1 to hand Arteta's side their first loss of the season in all competitions. It really couldn't last, guys, to be honest with you. All credit goes out to them, especially the first goal. I doubt if you see a better goal this season. That really was something else. It wasn't just the finish, it was the assist which came out of nowhere. Absolutely sublime it was. But treble winners Manchester City, they sit on top of the Premier League despite tasting defeat for the first time against Wolves in their last game out. And they were also, guys, beaten by Newcastle just days before that. So their form hasn't been great. Now Saka, he's the big one that we're talking about. He may miss the clash after limping off against Lens in midweek. A result from his first scan didn't go well, but Friday today his scan hasn't been too bad and it said that he's about 75% fit. So further healing over the weekend on Saturday and I believe that he should be fit enough to start. And it looks like his special recovery skills means he's going to play some part in this game. Thomas Partey, he could feature after making his return to the squad this week in training, and he could be joined by Martinelli, but I think that's a big doubt. I don't think Martinelli is going to make this game, but who knows? But he'll be pushing to recover from a hamstring injury. I don't think it's going to be in time for the Man City game. But I'm looking forward to midfield finally with Thomas Partey and Odegaard and Declan Rice. I think that everyone's been waiting to see that happen, and it's not really happened for us thus far this season, and that is the dream as far as Arsenal fans goes. Now Pep will also have his work cut out for him as he will be without defensive midfielder Rodri as he serves the final of a 3-match ban. Bernardo Silva, he returned to the City squad midweek after missing the last 3 games with a knock. But John Stones, he hasn't played since the Community Shield. It's been that long, guys. That game against Arsenal at the start of the season. And he had a thigh strain which kept him out, but he was unused midweek against RB Leipzig on Wednesday night, so look forward for him to be back. Also Matteo, the new summer signing, Kovacic, he's back in contention after suffering a lower back problem. And as we know, guys, Kevin De Bruyne, he underwent surgery for hamstring earlier on in August. He's not expected to return until 2024. As for Arteta's side, they're still unbeaten domestically and are just 1 point ahead of Manchester City. And a win on Sunday would put them in the same position as last season when they led the pack and they were chased for the majority of the season. Now Arsenal's biggest problem is that they are just leaking goals at the Emirates, guys. It's not good at all. We can't even buy a clean sheet at the Emirates. And it's so frustrating, guys, because Manchester City has an average scoring of 3 goals at the Emirates. Based on that, guys, and due to the form guide, it doesn't look good for Arsenal to win this game. However, Man City have struggled. And they've obviously been letting goals in as well. It's not been great for them at the back. And they're looking like a shadow of themselves from last season, having to work harder this year without the talent and the captaincy of Gundogan. He's not going to be there as well. So obviously they sold him in the summer. So it's a kind of a very different team that we're looking to play. Now, since the start of 2022-2023, Arsenal have only been beaten twice in the Premier League at home. Not even Liverpool could beat us there last season. But Man City are our kryptonite. It's strange because Spurs have a much better record against Man City than we do, but we just cannot seem to turn it over when it comes to Pep Guardiola's team. It's going to be a real problem, not just physically, but the mental side, because that's where the problem was. In the last game when we played City, not the Community Shield, but I'm talking about in the league last season, we weren't even up for it. We just rolled over and died. So it's going to be hard because it's the mental side. Are we going to bring the game to Manchester City? Are we going to take them down? You know, are we going to sort of rise to the occasion? That's going to be the big question for me. And I'd be surprised if Arsenal win, if I'm honest. We also have a ton of injuries and we're not playing our best football. and we continue to leak goals at home. So for me, guys, I'm going to go with an Arsenal 1, Manchester City 2. That's where I'm going to go. It's going to be depressing. I mean, the thing is, everybody says that we just need to draw. We don't really need to win. But I don't agree with that, because Manchester City is still in front of us. And clawing in front of them has been the hardest thing that any team's ever tried to do. Not just last season, because we were trailing for most of the time, but the season before that, when Liverpool was constantly 1 point behind them and they couldn't get it done. It was a 1-1 draw, and Man City ended up winning the title by a point. So you just cannot surrender anything to this team. It's imperative that you get out in front, you get a point against them, then you lead from the charge and put the pressure on them, because they're going to finish strongly. Manchester City already do, but Arsenal historically have finished poorly. So we really need as much points as we can in the first half of the season to kind of build that stability back. Even though Yuri and Timber's coming back in the new year, I do feel good about the squad depth this season, so I don't really have any issues there. But guys, it's going to be so important to try and even win this game, and I think that is something that we have to do if we're going to have any title admirations whatsoever. If we don't win this game, guys, it's going to be hard to see Arsenal winning the title. So guys, the game's going to take place on Sunday. We're going to be streaming it live here on the channel, although I'll be at the Emirates. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys. Right back at you.
I'm tryna be a black king.